Set them on the deck. Just drop them on the deck. Very good. Turn around now here. Grab, no, one at a time. Don't pass them all up.
Heave away, they comb their hair with codfish bones. We're bound for California. Heave away, my bully, bully boys. Heave away, heave away, heave away, and don't you make a noise. We're bound for California.
Tide is coming in. We're burning daylight here. You leave me little choice but to sign these lads on, Mr. Wallace. But luckily you have at least twice as many as I need. So in the event I throw half of them overboard because there's scurvy layabouts, we'll have enough to get back here. Nonetheless, neither I nor Mr. Sturgis has any intention of paying for their provision. Stands up, Mr. Troy. Carry on.
Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray!
Cruise goes through you first.
Aye, Captain, sir.
So you make sure you give your orders clearly and precisely when you give an order to your crew members. You look at them, you look them in the eye, and you give them an order. And you make sure that each and every one of them responds to you. You are like junior officers on board my ship. Use your authority. You understand that?
Aye, Captain, sir.
Very good. Turn around. All right, that's how I expect you to talk to these lads. You make sure you correct them. Your job is to keep each and every one of them busy. Your job is to supervise them, keep them working. Once all of them are working, then you can work and you can help out. If you have to show somebody what to do, you show them what to do. But I want you watching them. I don't want to look down there and see them standing around and you working. You understand?
Aye, Captain, sir.
Make sure all of them are working. That's your number one job. Then you can get in there and help out.
Aye, Captain, sir.
Now, if one of them, if they're doing a good job, if you look down and they're doing a good job, feel free to praise them also. Say, good job, lad. Good job on the coil. Good job furling that sail. Good job following orders. Be sure to praise them also. So you correct them, you discipline them, and you also can praise them also. That's your job. You understand?
Aye, Captain, sir.
Good one. But I don't exactly have a doctoral degree or anything. Yeah, you don't want to eat that part. Yeah, try and cut off the ends when you can, huh?
Okay.
Wait.
Wallace here is my first mate. He's what's called a capital water dog. There is no better sailor than Mr. Wallace in the entire 7 seas. Brian Sturgis Company gave me him because they value this ship and they value its cargo. You listen to him, you watch him, you be like him. He will forget more about sailing in one day than you lads will ever learn in your lifetime. So you learn as much as you can and you be like him as much as possible. Is that clear?
Aye, Captain, sir.
Heave!
Ho!
Heave!
Ho!
Heave!
Ho!
Heave!
Ho!
Avast! When I say avast, you stop and you hold on to the line. Do not drop the line when I say avast, because whatever we just haul up there is going to come crashing down, aye?
Aye, Mr. Wallace.
So I say avast, and you stay there holding it as hard as you can. Don't let it move an inch. So let's try it again. You're all ready like this, knees bent, legs spread apart a little bit like this. Heave!
Ho!
Heave!
Ho!
Heave!
Ho!
Avast! Just like that. Alright, go back.
Aliens, ready?
Heave! Ready! Sorry, walk that way a little bit.
Halliards, ready?
Ready!
Preventers, ready?
Ready!
Safety line, ready?
Alright.
Monkey, ready?
Slowly.
Monkey's not there, guy. Monkey noise.
Preventers, this is where your job is very crucial. Make sure you don't knock over that onion.
No, I don't want to bite of it. Heave. Heave.
You don't. Wait. And who is the monkey?
Did you touch it yet? No. No, take it off. Okay, you
Ship's log for the Brig Pilgrim, May 13th, 2450. I was getting pretty bored on my watch. There was nothing to do or see, when all of a sudden over the mountainside came a huge brown hairy beast. I tried to keep calm, but the beast picked up 2 telephone lines and threw them. One landed on the bridge, and the other came crashing down. The monster was now howling and moaning. I tried to ignore the monster. Finally, after my watch was over, the terrible, hairy, and mad beast left. Dorse.
Ship's log for the Brig Pilgrim, May 12th, 11:45.
It isn't Jack Tar that haunts the seas tonight. It's silence. Silence isn't being quiet. It's the sounds you hear when you button your lip. I can hear the soft rocking of the ship, backward and forward, and the faint barking of a seal. You can almost find a beat to it all. It seems as though the ghost of silence is beating a drum. The sea is always possessed by a different thing every night. Rebecca the Alconda.
You're not going anywhere. That's because you're holding your line. He's stepping on it. He's stepping on it.
Ship's log for the Brig Pilgrim, 11:30. So many noises, but who they belonged to. Screaming, screeching, and barking was probably heard the most often. Other sounds, such as the waves, crickets, and seals, were heard too. A train whistle was the most startling, but the ship's creaking and squealing was the spookiest. The sounds of the night are very interesting. Elizabeth Asher.
We snuck through the window. There's a little window. So, yeah.
So we find the middle of this line again. Here's the middle. We wrap it around this part just like we did with that one. We pass the 2 tails through the middle, right? Understand?
One, two.
So then you take it back here and you cinch it down real tight. Tighten it down and you make a pass around this hook right here. And do that. Carry on, both of you.
Anyone got a cup of water?
Over here. She's over here.
My favorite, not so favorite. Come on, if you're thirsty, hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray!
Preventers, hold them steady. Heave!
Ho!
Heave!
Ho!
Make a monkey noise.
Giving the command.
Oh, that's passable. It works. Okay. Now, preventers. Heave!
Ho!
Heave!
Ho!
Put yourself forward a little bit. There you go.
Maybe
As
too
if
high
you were
for you.
sitting in a swing.
Except
Keep
you
your
don't
legs
have
straight
to
out.
touch me.
Please continue.
Preventers, hold them steady. Heave!
Ho! Don't put me too
Heave!
high. Ho!
Oh, I've forgotten one important thing. Hold him there. Heave!
Ho!
Heave!
Ho!
Heave!
Ho!
Drag. Wait. And you wipe the mast. Wipe, wipe, wipe. And you give the pilgrim a compliment. Now she's a lady. She likes to have compliments. Like, you say something like, "No, Brig Pilgrim, you do not look fat in that dress." Well, ladies like to hear stuff like that. So let's give her a compliment, eh?
All hands attention to colors.
Gallic row on deck. Gallic row on deck. Put those cups back.
Hats off.
3 cheers for the national colors. Hip hip
Hooray!
hip hip
Allow!
hooray!
He says hip hip! Try it again.
Hip hip
Hooray!
hip hip
Hooray!
hip hip
Hooray!
Lower the national colors.
Ship's log for the Brig Pilgrim, May 13, 1335. While I was on my watch, one man fell overboard. He was so tired and drowsy that he accidentally fell overboard. There was nothing we could do in this weather, so we left him drowning to his death on a dewar.
Ship's log for the Brig Pilgrim, May 12, 11 o'clock. Jack Tar just tapped me on my shoulder. He looks exactly how everyone says he does. His lips are gone and he has no fingers. He does have tar though. He is so scary. When I saw him I screamed. Now he's gone. I wonder who he will get next. I bet they will cry for their mommies. Oh, now he hit Asher, and Nuquist, Kawamura, Moon, and Vilapondo. Emma here.
Ship's log for the Brig Pilgrim, May 13th, 1430. While I was dutifully in my place, I heard the waves rippling and bouncing against each other. The tips of the sharks' fins were dancing around the boat. Were they following us? And why? About 4 to 5 minutes later, the sharks were trying to tip over our boat. I think it was because they smelt the hides. They wanted a bite of the cow's hides. The sharks never gave up until Mr. Gravy came and stunk the ship with their horrible smell. It was awful. As soon as Mr. Gravy was here, he was gone. To be continued next watch. Line handler, Whitfield.
One more man. One more man. Look at Daddy, come here, look. I'm poking you. Look at Emily, don't think. See it? Grab the stick. Touch it. Oh my gosh, it's all sticky now. You got me. You can. You got me. See it? Grab the stick. Touch it. It was actually eating me. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You know that pan, right? I poked it and then it went go. Yay! Jackpot!
Cheers for Captain Curtis at hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray!
Ship's log for the Brig Pilgrim, May 13, 0110. I am drawn to the crew on watch now, especially Mr. Hoppy. He is challenged by several of his crew who have a hard time staying awake, but he is up to this task and is doing marvelously. As I walk around, I hear the voices, ghosts if you will, of untold numbers of young people who have trod these decks as they experience, for a moment, what thousands have done centuries before them. How fast they grow up when challenged. It is awesome. Safety Officer Gordon Warkey.